There I came to what was the edge of the world. But when I look at the moon, it is confirmed that my ambitious goals start here. As I leave, I wonder what they'll forget first, like a ship sailing over the horizon's cusp. This is where I can get my bearings. I know what the journey is, maybe too great for even my whiff, and so I embark on an education. Here I am, the fleck of watery mud, no noble form or sense of rule, but this simply couldn't do. So like a false god, I took this and that and pieces from there, of anyone, anywhere, donor or not. I am the monster of my Dr. Frankenstein, Jekyll and Hyde, both an initial sin and a continuance. I went through these efforts to no avail, so with no home, my soul is up for sale. With such a heart so ethereal, how blessed am I that it is here, so above meaty mortals have, devoured by a loving bath. When I was young, and all wrapped up, as you tucked me in and read till I slept, the love you taught me by holding me near was an angelic feat of a godly tear. And so you praise not a faraway mystery, but the strength of a voyager, revitalizing the earth. And here I lie along the black banks of the river Stye, looking for your brown eyes and bed of roses, always wanting more. But there is Karen between you and I, to which he couldn't care. There's the corpses who imitate fleshly guards, but passions not forsworn. To live, I would cross without any second thoughts, make myself a myth, by seducing flames by pathos guidance, though they are consuming. Your love has become a cloak, Dianara's balm, complete agony. I will be both Orpheus and Eurydice, give myself some hope, otherwise you must meet me on my own fire funeral pyre. Also on every morning I'm enchanted by the other side's allure. It calls to me and beckons in your voice. I'll pay any fee, and yet the gods forbade it. All of you place bets on when I finally get to be free. What was mine I find, and only when the gods and Karen quit will I be free of earthly prison, free of my freedom, for without thee I would in hell be. And with lack of your presence I can have no desire to take another single living breath. Run out the U-Haul on my way out of town. Catch me driving a truck as I'm searching for Alice amidst government conspiracy, with bushels of rose and plenty of seeds. Use color swatches on Ruby's back, what shade to paint the town. On my way consult the crow, perched on Athena's skull, trying to convince myself that maybe the others know better, torturing myself when I'm screaming to the dark vacuum. Rubber on pavement, scratches on vinyl. I worry I fall into patterns, a big heart from a broken home. Whose advice could I trust? Nobody knows what I have known since I was 5, getting surgery. About myself, I'll do it without a good framework of mind. Please allow me the strength of Asaph, to be in two minds, to waver between states, and turn my doubt into growth. I condemn my doubting. I think it turns to reality when that power is invested in me. Anxiety's like a venom, but can I use it for goodwill? 10 knuckles against no. Rebel what was our God. Search for a brighter light, and then I've got to ask, if I rebond and speak my truth, could I spare the others? I'm not Cletus Cassidy. I'm not here to promote carnage. How will I navigate these manipulated, unbalanced brain chemicals and stay true to what is human? Streaming services, steady tears, unsteady hands, a failing pulse, a failing will, a wilting plant, a dying soul. Marriage bells, clinging cans, into recycling, my spaghettios, photo shoots, brides and grooms, baby portraits coming soon, milestones reached, mine will be incomplete if I follow through my remedy, so to speak. The psychic said moonlight can be confusing when it's dark and it's twinkling through the trees, getting guidance from someone deceased, seeing false shadows, that I'm deceived into fearing. Luna taught me a thing or two. Moonlight can come in many forms. The witch's fuel, the time of night, where transformations can happen. It is here people change, in the dead of night, when you believe the moon isn't peaking, and it's telling about what will come to light. Three travelers are journeying through the woods. Because they are nearing their destination, supplies are running short. Only a few miles out from the town, they look for camp. There is this tree with twisted, tortured bark and no leaves, even though it was late summer. And there was a cackle in the branches and bubbling in the roots. This foreboding spirit lured the travelers to set their camp underfoot. When the fire was finally lit, they saw it, the hanging body. And to their horror, as they looked around, it wasn't the only one. Suddenly the corpse spoke, saying, "Rest your camp here, and I will grant your desire." A gust of wind then rolls through, causing the corpses to sway. Two want to go, but are convinced to stay. Running short on supplies, they hadn't had supper, and the travelers are not heroes in this parable. Suddenly they awake in the night to find their comrade devouring the hanging corpse, and leathery wings burst through their back, and their eyes got bloodshot as they started foaming. Never had they been so hungry before. The two travelers were forced to plunge a knife in its chest, causing a fountain of sickly black blood to spurt, then took off running those last couple miles till daybreak, where they met the townspeople beginning to awake, as initially planned, and quickly, shamefully noticed the broths and bread was aplenty. Picture perfect memories, marred with blood, splotched their faces, ripped to shreds, desecrated a testament, a declaration of love. The picture is bleeding and fell out of frame. Crack my ribs like a blunt, stuff my guts full of herb, then put me on a platter, eat me like some fucking cannibals, eat me as if you don't recognize what true love is from fake. When I am talking about suicide, I do not mean to glorify. It is a struggle that I am searching for solutions. I have tensions within myself, complications in my mind of trauma and heartbreak, but my spirit has never broken. This corpse is still animated like old school Disney animation, and I would do anything to preserve or aid another person's spirit to make it whole. I am only trying to speak the truth. Break the seal of the gin treaty, break my body, effortlessly, not a birthright, but sheer determination. Pass through my estate, and it's got 8 gates, gate of wonder, daytime tiger, nighttime lowlife, looking for a pirate crew, goofy like Luffy, knocking down memorials with a gummed up pistol. I'm not a shooter, ricocheting father's bullets, dodging his assaults. I need the hat, though, to be made of straw. One piece of advice: do not have Goku as a father and care for character. I take these drugs to melt my brain. I take these drugs, make me less insane. Gotta take more drugs so I can use the gun. I can't sleep, no, I'm drowning in blood. I can't eat, no, it's flooding my thoughts. Don't take my prescription, blood in my shit. Hearing the back talk, bitches don't know. I'll just take some more drugs until I shut up. Your bend, your move, then it quivers like the water. Anticipation, contact, anticipation, and its relationship to stone. It is still at first, but when it is broken, That stillness, the water fervently never wants to go back to tranquility. It's so thick, it's so substantial, with stretch marks like the rivers that circumnavigate the globe. In standard alignment, that would mean that your rose is the tropics, warm, wet in tradition, a darker complexion, and yet no dark crevice that the light can't reach. Pain, slashes, veins, body of earth, exploding volcanoes, waterfalls, blood drips, tears fall, mind drips, sunset, snapping, crumbling, rotting, composting, uncomposed, perpetual marks, scars over the heart, pick them, bloodshed, exposed, drains away a waste, blue, purple, crushing hands that hold the earth. Dying, defying spirit lies, line the pockets of my heart, broken pieces rolling, beware a pile in the corner, forewarned, at least it's not somebody's freezer. I light the symbol of the Christ on fire, smoke drifts higher, glory on high, reaching for glory while I'm high, smell me from a mile out, attract animals from near and far, a lesbian at an orphanage like a Pied Piper, receive your divine sustenance, there will always be assistance. I wish that your warmth and your curve could linger on my fingertips, if only for a second more. But I am haunted by this ghost, knowing something is wrong, but not what is right, until we return to each other once more. I asked Lakshma. She brought cups with her, tarot card readings, Navajo fertility goddesses, light of the moon, to see the light in tunnel vision, to know it's not a train. My mom asked a psychic, saying I'm on the right track. I asked my therapist. She knew I was changing, for the better, like autumn to spring weather. I don't believe in frauds like Freud. I know of no Oedipal complex. I do not dare tamper with this destiny of mine. You only watch the sun as it's coming down. Late nights up thinking when you're not around. Wish on shooting stars as they're crashing down. Girl, don't let me bore you when I'm out of town. Girl, don't let me go when I'm out of town. If you looked, sunshine could dry your tears. I swear it, my dear, and allow for flowers to grow. We could put more beauty in the world, but we only watch the sun as it's coming down. Chakra! My fear won't let me survive, torments me through the night. Visions of death and destruction, a self-termination, despite what's been gifted me. I fear rendering it obsolete, and in the process, distress my true love, lose her too in the excess. There's so much weight on these shoulders, like I'm Atlas. My pleasures get blocked by my guilts, for my bragging and boasting. Hated the plug when I was in mama's house, hated using a strap-on, especially when I topped it, felt so self-conscious, didn't want to be called faggot, except I'm a woman who likes feminine persuasions, that yeah, I'm bipolar, couldn't cap my molars, was short a couple dollars, and I want to be in the express lane, across toll booths to another state, but my mental state is concerned over future uncertainties and claiming real estate. I lost my Nana at 17. She was a second parent to me, and for Grandpa Wally and Val, it's not fair I got the better share. He got put on anesthetics, and she never got acceptance, but I know their love hasn't left this world. Before I would have tried to lie. I lied about being gay. I lied about being okay, all throughout high school, but self-deception is ephemeral. High school reunions become more intolerable. When a child is reared by a village, they can see how we're all connected, and pure cosmic energy gets blocked by attachments that are earthly. I have to allow her to leave, who I love the most, and realize it doesn't truly disappear. It is still present, even if not in the present presence, and that's the purest lesson. Skunky weed, mixing with Gucci Rush. Sounding like Gucci Mane, tell my babe to get the strap. Late summer winds, birch bark burning. Full belly on pumpkin dishes, toes in the sand. Waters are bursting with fishes. If I were more superstitious, I'd be knocking on wood. I've been smoking on Sticky, wrapping up the dry herb in a swisher roll, about as backwards as a backwards of all tobacco, crumbles like stucco, packs like Coors Light, clouds give me clarity, the fog gives me sight, 2 puffs hit a 3-pointer, put $40 down for a slice or a quarter, these burdens I couldn't shoulder, but at last with a zip I'm atlas, pass the gas and open a window, just like what children do, close the gash and elevate, just like what doctors do, take a marijuana leaf, toking and fold it, make a paper plane to fly away in, for when the bomb drops, OG that blows your mind, like when your libido dips, need a cipher when I'm high, it feels perfect when we're high, it never seems to do or die, and that lets me feel alive. I'm strapping, the girls say that I'm cute, her toes tapping, because her brother was acting a fool, Looney Tunes, Bugs Bunny, Rascally Rabbit, kiss your haters on both cheeks, but I'd prefer Jessica Rabbit, what? I'm only human, and I'm not stupid. I'm confident as if I got calls back, can't feel wind in the sail, I can still excel as long as I exhale. I just want that true love. I just had to have the cake, but I would still leave room for her. In the bedroom, guess I had to eat it too. Rasengan, in front of the 4th Okage. From behind my ear a coin, in front of Chris Angel. I'm running early, touche, but I can lay and wait. But if you can see the finish line, and you start feeling late, like it's a dream, of course you would sprint. Despite consequence, because reality is there's a lot of beauty in that, and the reality is there has to come pain. School faculty kept my hands clasped in prayer, and all I could ever ask for is the love of my life. Hay bales, Hail Marys, Holy Sun, county fairs, Catholic chairs, so pews, achoo! Bless you, rolling hills, devotional hymns, maple sugar, mate summer showers, local bar and alibi, just lost a guy, glass bottle to the eye like a sty, wanted to feel alive in a hive mind. I rolled a swisher, so I'm token, but there is no time for joking. I had to get my money up. I had not been eating enough. I told her I could last the night. She then failed at calling the bluff. Libido drops, drinking duff, and my plug ain't sparking up, so I'm batting from the dugout. No time to waste, I'm calling timeout. If you smile during halftime, your ass is as good as mine. If she smiles at the right time, it leaves pussy on the mind. I just gotta bid my time, lay low to pop out, make the ladies scream, so meanwhile I'll be toking sticky green, trying to wait patiently. The painting, the plug, blue swirling curls, brown locks, yellow lanterns, a landscape in a portrait frame, the bitch is up in outer space. When I saw it, I stalled, like a middle school restroom. I can feel its vibrations, energetic white whiplashes of the brushes, a painted face in a pretend landscape, shimmers like water, you delight in its reflection, but no mirror, it's a portal. The painting that is hanging there, let me recognize you, better than I could have known your face, because this painting conjures feelings. If I were Voldemort, it'd be a Horcrux, never thought we'd meet again. After 3 years' times, I bought half a pack, smoked and relaxed in revelation that's deeper than aesthetics and could be nothing, if not fate. Smoking on strong, at the height of Neil Armstrong, but no homo, I've been feeling the buzz, all day going deeper in myself. I gave him a hit, thought I gave him a seizure, saying a lot more than Chiba. I asked, alright mister, wipe your nose, switch to Swisher, I just might have to ditch ya. I smoke pack at the crib, I don't go to clubs. I smoke pack in the stairwell to a parking garage, dropped $250 for a collegiate education, running into ex-classmates, they're needing Pampers, Charmin, while I'm investing, I swear it's pending, with Scout's honor, hour by hour, the time will come to rise again.